Games keep on coming thick and fast. This time we play Barnet back at Stadium MK in the early kickoff on Saturday. Now we come on to this game on the back of quite some good form. We've won our last four, we're unbeaten in 14, we've won 5 out of our last 7, and we've won 10 out of our last 13. And on the back of a first clean sheet in 5, I do fancy us to back this up and really kick on in the final 8 games and record some more clean sheets. I'm really pleased with that, with what happened on Wednesday where we didn't concede a goal for once. Um, I do think though this is a must-win game for us. If we're to go top for at least even a couple of hours, this is a must-win game for us, and I do feel like as we do seek to hunt down Romney for the title, that every game does actually feel like a must-win. Certainly up to and including the 11th of April, that's for sure. Certainly in my mind, it's a must-win game for me, and I feel like with Bromley having won their last two, and given the fact that they're unbeaten at home all season, I feel like it's quite likely, therefore, that they won't lose tomorrow against Colchester United. So we therefore have to be at our very best against Barnet if we are to stay in this title race. Barnet, going on to our opponents now, they actually come into this game with no wins in their last 3, and they've actually only won just 2 of their last 8. They suffered some late heartbreak on Tuesday as they dropped 2 points against Crawley Town. That was towards the very end of the game with former Don Danilo Orsi. I probably shouldn't say his name too many times. Scoring an 89th minute penalty to equalise for Scott Lindsay's men. Anyway, that's enough for Crawley. But that result does leave Barnet 5 points adrift of the playoff places, though, and they've actually played more games than Grimsby Town and Oldham Athletic as well, who are in and around the top 7. So for me, this is a must-win game for them as well, and I do feel like Dons will need to be wary of this. Um, it won't be an easy game. If you go back to the game that we played against them in November, we were actually quite thankful, I think, in the end to come away with a point, given that Barnet were 2-0 up and they had a couple of disallowed goals as well. I think it was a game where we were all very relieved not to lose, and we need to be wary of the threat that Barnet can bring to the game tomorrow. They certainly won't be a walk in the park, that's for sure. Saying that though, I do feel like Dons will be up for this game. I do feel like we'll be up for the chance to go top, even if it's just for a couple of hours. We've been in red hot form recently. I would honestly use that phrase, red hot. And I just can't see us, well, hopefully can't see us coming away from that form. I just feel like we'll be up for every game. I feel like we'll be up for winning every game. And I just feel like hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll prove a bit too much of Barnet and secure another consecutive home win. I'm going to go for 2-0 MK Dons. If you've watched this far, thank you very much. Really, really appreciate it. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please make sure to subscribe to my content and share the video. It really does help me out. Thanks again for watching. Here's to a good weekend, and come on, you Dons.